Tenant representatives versus listing agents. What is the difference? Hi, I'm Nick Zager from Mirlo Real Estate Partners. We are commercial real estate brokers, but more specifically, we are tenant and buyer representatives. But what does that mean exactly? Well, in this video, I'm going to dive into just that. I'm going to be explaining the difference between a tenant representative and a listing agent in commercial real estate. If you are new to our channel, please like, share, and subscribe today to be sure you don't miss out on any of our videos. Now, let's get started. Commercial real estate agents all hold a real estate license with the state where they do business in. Tenant and buyer representatives, like myself, strictly represent tenants in lease transactions and buyers in sales transactions. My clients are business owners and decision makers of company looking for the right space for their businesses, and I have a fiduciary duty to them. This means I look out for their best interest and treat their needs as if they were my own. Now, a listing agent, also known as a landlord's agent or landlord's rep, is hired by a landlord or a seller. These are agents whose names you see on a building sign. They advertise spaces for sale or for lease. And when you see an agent's name on a sign like these, it is communicating that they strictly represent the landlord or the building owner. The listing agent is hired by the landlord or seller to look out for their best interest. So, what exactly does this mean? That an agent cannot serve as a fiduciary to both the landlord and the tenant. It just isn't possible, which is why dual agency is actually illegal in many states, and states that allow it make the brokers sign disclosure agreements to protect themselves in case you feel you weren't properly represented in the transaction, so you don't sue them. Ultimately, the landlord or seller wants to lease or sell the property for the most amount of money possible, and the tenant wants to lease or buy the property for the least amount of money possible, meaning that their interests are directly in conflict with one another. Therefore, if you as the tenant call the agent on a leasing sign, you are literally calling the single agent who has been hired to get the worst deal for you and the best deal for the landlord. Even one phone call can impact the leverage that you have during the negotiation process. Just one little bit of information about your situation give them the upper hand to win better terms for their client, the landlord. Now, the listing agent may help you out, but this does not mean they represent you. It benefits both the landlord and themselves if you do not have your own agent and simply just communicate with them directly. So they are never going to recommend you hire your own agent. Instead, the listing agent may just try to appear as neutral or just the facilitator of a deal. But in reality, their client is still the landlord, and they are going to strictly look out for their best interest, not yours. So what should you do instead? You need to hire your own representation. And the best type of agent you can hire is a tenant representative, like Mirlo Real Estate Partners, because we do not have or take listings or have any landlords as clients. This means we are not going to guide you in one direction or another because we do not have any biases towards any certain properties. Instead, we are here to work for you and only you and have your best interest in mind. And if you see a leasing sign of a space you are interested in, do not call that agent yourself. Instead, let your tenant representative know, and they should be the ones to call. Chances are that tenant representative already knows about the space. They should be, if you hire a good one, they should be very knowledgeable with the market. In fact, they may already be able to tell you the situation of the space you are inquiring about, such as how long it's been vacant, or if there have been a lot of interest already, and what type of concessions the landlord has offered in the past. This type of market insight is hard to come by unless you are an insider. This is why it is so beneficial to hire a tenant representative. You gain an expert negotiator with market insider knowledge who will look out for your best interest and ensure your business is receiving the best terms possible. And when real estate is commonly one of the highest expenses for your business, and commercial real estate leases are often 3, 5, or even 10 years long, it is crucial that you are using all of your available resources and devoting the time and energy required to get a good deal. Even saving $1 per square foot can easily snowball into tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars for your business. So do yourself a favor. hire a tenant representative to be your advocate. There is literally no reason not to. Commercial real estate is incredibly complex, and if you aren't an insider, good information can be very difficult to come by. In my practice, I am always learning and growing, and I like to diligently serve my clients and provide them the best tools to make the right decisions for their business's real estate. So, if you have any specific questions or comments about anything I've said, feel free to reach out, contact me directly by email or phone, or leave a comment below. If you found value or liked the video and would like more information about how to properly navigate the commercial real estate world, check out these other videos. Again, I'm Nick Zager with Mirlo Real Estate Partners, and I can't wait to connect with you again.